Assalamu alaikum class. My name is Dr. Zartasha and the topic of today's lecture is nutrition. Uh, Despite all the troubles in the world right now, I hope you all are doing well. Okay, having said that, the topics on my agenda today are introduction to nutrition, followed by proteins, then carbohydrates and fats. I would like you guys to kindly open page number 646 of K Park so that you guys get to highlight the important points uh, in these topics. So, why do we need to study about nutrition? What will we get out of it? Basically, the association of nutrition with infection, with immunity, with fertility, with maternal and child health, and family health. Okay, it has engaged a lot of scientific attention. Then there are non-communicable diseases that has direct effect from nutrition, like coronary heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. So it helps the community in providing information. Um, as we all know that a lot of people in the country they suffer from malnutrition. So correct knowledge about nutrition is going to help us beat that, and then generally hygiene, sanitation, immunization, what is a balanced diet, um, good eating habits. We all need to have information about that. So basically we are studying this topic to know about all of these things. Okay class, so what is nutrition? WHO has defined nutrition as um, the science of food and its relationship to health. It can also be defined as the entire process by which organisms obtain energy from food for growth, maintenance, and repair of damaged tissues. This is a slide picture from your K Park. It is on page number 647. Um, I couldn't find any better classification of food on internet or elsewhere. So I took a picture. You guys can see it in your books. How do we classify foods, right? So we can classify foods in four categories. Number one, by origin. There are foods of animal origin, then there are food of vegetable origins. Then by their chemical composition, that we are going to study in detail in the following lectures. So how are they chemically composed? Proteins, fats, carbs, vitamins, and minerals. Then classification by predominant functions. Some are bodybuilding foods like milk, meat, etc. Some are energy giving foods like cereals, sugars, roots. Some are protective foods like vegetables, fruits, and milk. Last but not the least, classification by nutritive value. See, all the nutrients they have different energy values, so they can be classified according to that as well, like cereals and millets, pulses, vegetables. Okay. Okay, what are nutrients? Nutrients are organic or inorganic substances present or contained in food which is required or necessary for growth and maintenance of function of the body. There are about 50 different nutrients uh, in the foods we eat. For example, proteins, vitamins, etc. The nutrients can be divided into macronutrients and micronutrients. What are macronutrients? These are proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, which are often called proximate principles because they form the main bulk of the food. Um, like proteins, they will make 10 to 15% of your food. Fats, they will make 15 to 30% of the food you eat. And carbs, they will make 50 to 80% of the food you eat. Then there are micronutrients. These are basically vitamins and minerals. They are called micronutrients because they are required in small amount, which may vary from a fraction of a milligram to several grams. Okay, so what are proteins? Proteins are large complex molecules found in cells of all living things. ठीक है? They are made up of amino acids. Amino acids join together, they form peptide bonds, and then polypeptides, and then eventually they form proteins. Okay, so as I told you guys that proteins are made up of smaller units called amino acids. There are about 20 amino acids, 20 different kind of amino acids, out of which 9 are essential. ठीक है? Why are they known as essential? Because the body cannot synthesize them in amounts corresponding to its needs. ठीक है? So you have to obtain it from dietary products. Then there are non-essential amino acids. ठीक है? They are the proteins that can be synthesized by body. Okay, so what are the functions of proteins? Okay, they are used in bodybuilding. They can repair and maintain your body tissues. They can maintain osmotic pressure. They can synthesize certain substances like antibodies, plasma proteins, hemoglobin. Okay, and one important thing, proteins can supply energy 4 kilocalories per 1 gram. Uh, and this calorie intake is adequate. Okay. Sources. Humans obtain proteins from two main dietary sources, animal sources and vegetable sources. Proteins of animal origin are found in milk, meat, eggs, cheese, fish. Basically, these proteins contain all essential amino acids in adequate amounts. Vegetable sources. Vegetable proteins are found in pulses, cereals, beans, nuts, oilseed, and cakes. But they are poor in essential amino acids. Okay, people, these are some of the important protein foods and their caloric value, as you can see it in the table. Okay, so the supplementary action of protein. What is supplementary action of protein? Basically, man derives proteins not only from a single source, but from multiple sources, right? Which includes both animal and vegetable sources. For example, if you eat cereals which contains rye, wheat, maize, they are rich in methionine, but they are biologically incomplete because they are deficient in lysine and threonine. Same goes with pulses, right? They are rich in lysine and threonine, but they are deficient in methionine. So they are biological incomplete. But when you do the supplement, like you eat both of them together, then they are biologically complete. So this means that this is the supplementary action of protein. How are protein metabolized? Proteins are not stored in the human body. They are constantly broken down into constituent amino acids and then are reused for protein synthesis, right? So the overall turnover in adult man is equivalent to replacement of 1 to 2% of the body protein each day. The amount of a specific protein in the body is kept constant because you need them. That's why you have to take them again and again. You can evaluate the protein content in your body by the following parameters. You don't need to go into the details of all of this. Just know that um, uh, these are some of the ways by which you can evaluate proteins: biological value, digestibility coefficient, protein efficiency ratio, and then NPU, which is net protein utilization. Protein nutrition status is measured by serum albumin concentration. It should be more than 3.5 gram per deciliter. Less than 3.5 gram per deciliter shows mild malnutrition. Less than 3 grams per deciliter shows severe malnutrition. So it means that the serum albumin level, its concentration should be more than 3.5 grams per deciliter. Okay, so this is the recommended daily protein intake for males and for females. Uh, Basically, the thing is that according to WHO and researches, 1 gram of protein per kg body weight for an adult is fine. Okay, guys, we covered introduction and we covered proteins. Due to some problems, I was not able to deliver you guys carbohydrates and the topics of carbohydrates and fats were not covered in this lecture, but I will soon upload them on this page.